Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my videos. So yesterday Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Traore completed his Manchester United medical. He will be joining the football club in January. Traore is yet to secure work permit and he has not yet agreed personal terms. We are getting him in a deal worth around 37.2 million. We are paying 19 million up front with around 18.1 million in add-ons. He is only the age of 18. Don't forget he became the first player born in 2000 to score a goal in the Serie A, and that was last year. Don't forget Traore was close to joining Parma on loan, at least until January, but his move to Parma did not materialise. So that's the breaking news on him. Now, I want to delve into some news on Paul Pogba. So, Paul Pogba wants to leave Manchester United and join Real Madrid. He's come out and made an admission saying that it is a dream to play at Real Madrid one day. Now, he's saying the exact same thing as what he said around this time last year, because Paul Pogba came out in the summer of 2019 and said that he wants to leave Manchester United because he's seeking for a new challenge, and he was talking a lot about Zinedine Zidane. Now, I think Paul Pogba's valued at just over £70 million. Obviously, his former club Juventus have been interested in him. Paul Pogba did endure 4 exceptional years with Juventus. PSG, Barcelona and Inter Milan have been in for him before. And swap deals were high on the agenda at one point because Real Madrid willing to offer a few of their players to get Pogba, so too with Juventus. And Man United have not offered Paul Pogba a new contract. Talks are not ongoing regarding a new contract. As it stands at the moment, he's just got under a year left on his Man United contract as Pogba, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year. Now, before the start of our season, Pogba's agent Mini Raiola came out and said that Pogba wants to stay at the club, and he mentioned that he will hold talks over a new contract. At the turn of the year, we was very critical of Paul Pogba's agent, Mini Raiola. The main explanation is because he publicly criticised Solskjaer and Manchester United. I think a few weeks before the end of last season, it mentioned that Paul Pogba was close to signing a 5-year deal with the football club, and Fabrizio Romano also said that Pogba's happy at Manchester United. This is his 5th season at the club since he rejoined from Juventus back in 2016. As it stands at the moment, he is our most expensive signing because we paid £89 million for him. I think he's had a bad start to this season. So Paul Pogba's definitely got to improve. But I thought it was good towards the end of last season. His combination with Bruno Fernandes was exceptional. For the vast majority of last season, didn't really have a perception on him because he was out with that ankle injury. But he has sustained a few injuries as a Manchester United player. Paul Pogba has made over 100 appearances for Man United in all competitions since he rejoined. So far, he's won 2 trophies with the club, and that was the Europa League and the League Cup. Don't forget we had him when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances, and he also endured a difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era, but all our top players did. But like I said, Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. So that's the breaking news on him. Now, I want to delve into some news on Eric Baily. Eric Baily has sustained a suspected hamstring injury. He got this injury on international duty. Ivory Coast recently played Belgium. I think Ivory Coast did win the game. But now, reflects on this injury, Baily is a doubt for our game against Newcastle after the international break. So, more of a headache for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I've always said to that's my element of concern about Eric Baily, is that he's injury prone. But prior to that, I think he's a very good centre-half, and I think he's better than Victor Lindelof. Solskjaer confirmed that Baily will be playing more regularly this season. Baily's enjoyed a good 4 years or so now at the football club. We got him from Villarreal back in 2016 for £30 million. Don't forget, in the 3-1 defeat to Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final, he had a concussion. That obviously that turned out that wasn't that severe. Then in pre-season, the summer of 2019, Baily had a really bad injury. Was it a knee injury, something like that he had? And he was out until February, which was earlier on this year. But so that's the breaking news on Eric Baily. Now, I think Harry Maguire's career at Manchester United is over. This is Harry Maguire's second season at the football club. And there's definitely aspects of his game that I've got to improve. He's had a poor start to this season. He was poor in some games last season. As it stands at the moment, Harry Maguire is the second most expensive sign at the club. And he's the most expensive centre-half in the world, because we got him in a deal worth £80 million from Leicester. Now, we did give Harry Maguire the captaincy, reflecting on Ashley Young's departure back in January. Solskjaer did say at the start of this season that Harry Maguire will remain our captain, but I think now we've got to take the captaincy off Harry Maguire and give it to somebody else. Harry Maguire doesn't show enough leadership from my own perception. I think we should give the captaincy to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, does show fantastic leadership in the team. Bruno Fernandes has been at the club now almost a year, because we got him back in January from Sporting Lisbon. We got him in a deal worth £55 million. Last season, Bruno Fernandes won some Busby Player of the Season, was it? And he must have won Premier League Player of the Month around 3 times or so, reflecting on his good run of performances. Has scored around 15-16 goals for Manchester United in all competitions since his arrival. A lot of his goals, though, have come from the penalty spot. Bruno Fernandes, when he signed, was it a 5-year deal with the club with an option of a further year. If we don't give it to Bruno Fernandes, another player I think we should give it to is Donnie Van Der Beek. I think Donnie Van Der Beek has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. There's question marks around Solskjaer. Why has he not yet started Donnie Van Der Beek? Donnie Van Der Beek has not yet made his full Premier League debut for the club. He currently wears the number 34 shirt. We got Donnie Van Der Beek in a deal worth £40 million. He signed a 5-year deal with Manchester United with an option of a further year. If we don't give it to Donnie Van Der Beek, then maybe we should give it to Marcus Rashford. Because I think Marcus Rashford's really improved at Manchester United under the Solskjaer era. Not so long ago, we know that Rashford had an ankle injury. He also had that back injury for us last season when he was out for a few months. Rashford's been at Manchester United now around 15 years, because he's 22 and he's been a United player since the age of 7. And he's been in our senior squad since 2016. And since then has become an integral part of our team. Rashford does now operate out wide on that left-hand side. Some people said maybe, we should give the captaincy to Pogba. No, we can't give the captaincy to Pogba because I don't think he's good enough. But yeah, definitely we've got to take it off Harry Maguire. So that's the breaking news on that. Are you Ollie in or are you Ollie out? Now, this is a debate. I think there's a lot of Manchester United fans now that are demanding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out of the football club. Because obviously, they think he's way out of his depth. Now, if we do sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he will be the 4th permanent manager to be sacked since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And it'll only cost us around £4 million to sack him. Now that's totally contrast to the £18 million that we paid to get rid of Jose Mourinho. Solskjaer knows that he's under serious pressure at the football club because we've endured a bad start to this season. We've already lost 2 of our opening 3 league games. We lost our opening game against Crystal Palace by 3-1. That was our worst defeat on an opening day of a Premier League season since 1995, which is around 25 years ago. And we also lost to Tottenham by 6-1. That was our worst defeat since the Alex Ferguson era. It was the first time we'd lost 6-1 since Man City back in 2011, which is 9 years or so ago now. And Solskjaer made an admission after that game saying that it was his worst day in his managerial career. And to be honest with you, we was very, very lucky to beat Brighton. Very lucky, in the league, beating them by 3-2. But in reality, that game should have ended 2-2. I think the best probably game we've had so far this season was the 3-0 win against Brighton in the Carabao Cup. And now we're currently sitting, 16th in the Premier League? And so we're near the relegation zone. And we've only registered 3 points from 3 league games. So I think he's very, very close to getting sacked as Manchester United manager. As you all know, it recently said, that Man United have contacted Mauricio Pochettino's representatives. I think Pochettino, will be a very, very good, would be a very good manager for Manchester United. Like I've said to Pochettino's well Premier League proven. He's dealt with top players.
What? Have you seen this, what John sent me? He's fucking mad. Quality player, them, great signing, well worth his 230,000 a week.
Yeah.
This is Cavani, watch his shot.
Yeah.
See how far the shot went, watch it?
Yeah.
That's him in training, Cavani, watch.
Yeah. Oh.
He's taking piss, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fucking mad, isn't it?
But yeah, as I was saying, Pochettino, well Premier League proven in that, dealt with top players, but my only element of concern about him, he has not won anything in terms of silverware. But I think Pochettino's interested in coming to Manchester United. He was linked with a managerial role at Man United before Solskjaer came in December 2018. Pochettino did endure 5.5 years with Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his tenure, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. Last year, he did guide Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, didn't he? Did Pochettino, but he has been managerless now for around 11 months as Pochettino. But yeah, I think he will definitely be Manchester United's next manager. I really, really do. But I said to didn't I, before the start of this season, that this season was always going to be big for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It really, really was. And I said, what would represent a good season for Manchester United? And that would be to finish in the top 4 and win a trophy. And Solskjaer's obviously got to exceed these expectations to keep his job at Manchester United. I definitely want us to win a trophy because we've not yet won out in terms of silverware under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era, and we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years. I think Solskjaer's just got under 2 years left, by the way, on his current contract at Manchester United. Now, Solskjaer's been at the football club now for almost 2 years. And I have taken positives from his tenure. To be fair, I think, he has made some good signings so far. He has spent £200 million since he got recommended into the club. You know, in the summer of 2019, Solskjaer brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January, bought Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in on loan. And in the summer transfer window of 2020, that just recently shut, we brought 5 players in. Obviously, we brought 4 of them players in on deadline day, but we brought Donnie Van Der Beek in. We brought Edison Cavani in. You already know the news on Edison Cavani. His debut is set to be delayed due to COVID-19 restrictions, and it said yesterday he's already thinking about leaving Manchester United. He says it would be nice to play for Boca Juniors. We got Edison Cavani on the free transfer. He signed a 2-year deal with the club worth around 200 grand a week, so that makes him one of the highest paid players at Manchester United. We obviously know got Alex Telles. We got him for around 15.4 million, I think with add-ons included. He signed a 4-year deal with the club with an option of a further year. Alex Telles is currently going to be wearing the number 27 at Manchester United. We got Facundo Pellistri from Club Atletico Panero. We got him for around £9 million, and he signed a 5-year deal with Man United with an option of a further year. And like I mentioned, we've got Amad Traore that's coming to the club in January. And Solskjaer, I like the way he has promoted the youth, you know, because the young players have been given their opportunities, and also brought a few academy players in to the football club. You know, he's also got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to Manchester United. Seen a lot of players leave, to be fair, since he came in. You know, Lukaku and Herrera, them 2 left, and they are 2 players that Manchester United shouldn't have got rid of because they were very good, consistent for us, to be fair. Obviously, you know, we'll let Sanchez go, we'll let Darmian go, we'll let Young go, Valencia go, Angel Gomez go, Fellaini go, he left in January 2019. He was the first player to leave under the Solskjaer era. We recently let Smalling go to Roma on a permanent deal. We loaned Dalot out to AC Milan. We loaned Andres Pereira out to Lazio. As well, we loaned Tahith Chong out to Werder Bremen. We loaned Dylan Levitt out to Charlton. And I think Joe Pereira went out on loan for another season. And we've also had some good periods under the Solskjaer era where we've done well. We did go on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions. Went on a 14-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. And we did well in that 3-month period when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the interim manager. But I still don't think he's the right manager for Manchester United. You know, he was a great player for the football club for 11 years. He flourished under Ferguson's guidance, but he just hasn't got that proven pedigree as a manager, has he? You know, Manchester United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. He has gained managerial experience, reflecting how long he's been with us, you know, Solskjaer. But there's just Man United fans that think, you know, we've got to get a manager in with a proven pedigree, such as a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola, for prime example. But not all of the blame stems from Solskjaer, does it? You know, he's just to blame for some of the inconsistency. You know, his decision-making is obviously very, very poor. But, you know, some players have obviously, you know, got to take responsibility because there has been players that have been underperforming. You know, Pisaka's had a poor start to the season. Maguire's had a poor start. Lindelof's had a poor start. I don't think Lindelof's good enough to represent Manchester United. Luke Shaw's had a poor start to the season. Luke Shaw's going to be no longer our first choice left back now anyway because Telles is here. De Gea, you know, he's got to try and get back to his best vein of form. He could possibly leave Man United next summer. Bay's always injured. Fred, McTominay and Matic, you know, they've had a pretty poor start to this season as well. So too was Paul Pogba. But I think the vast majority of the blame stems from the board. It really, really does. Because I don't think Woodward and the Glazers and that they've not backed out of managers enough since Ferguson's retirement. And I don't think they've backed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer enough. And like I mentioned, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does deserve more backing as Manchester United manager. Because don't forget, he publicly admitted that Manchester United have got to spend money, and he revealed a few times throughout the course of the summer transfer window that he was very infuriated with the board. You know, Woodward's been at the football club since 2012, so he's been with us around 8 years or so. The Glazers have been with us since 2005, so they've been with us around 15 years or so. And Matt Judge, he's been with us around 7 seasons, and I think he's accountable for some of the failure of transfers, is Matt Judge. But I think the biggest culprits are the Glazers, because, you know, they've got no intentions of selling the club, and they're the ones that recommended Woodward and Matt Judge in, you know, the Glazers. But there's been a lot of Manchester United fans demanding the board out. Now, at the first part of last season, don't forget, we enjoyed our worst start ever to a Premier League season. And at that point, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was very, very close to getting sacked as Manchester United manager. Last season was Solskjaer's first full season at the club, and to be fair, he did exceed most of his expectations. He got us qualification for the Champions League. We also finished 3rd, and we did progress to 3 semi-finals. You know, so in a way, this is, you know, what saved his job. There's still a few more players at Manchester United that we're looking to offload, by the way. Obviously, you know, Rojo, we're still looking to offload him. We're also looking to offload Phil Jones. Lingard, he's another player that we're looking to offload. Rob Dawson from ESPN said earlier on this week that FC Porto want Lingard on a long-season loan. It said a few weeks ago that Tottenham were interested in Jesse Lingard because Jose Mourinho's keen on a reunion with the player. And Tottenham were preparing to put around the £30 million bidding for him. But Lingard don't regularly get in the team now, does he? But Lingard has been part of the club for several years. Like I said, Tino Romero, he's open to leaving the club, you know, because Romero is now our 3rd choice goalkeeper because Dean Henderson recently returned. Romero's enjoyed around 5 years at Manchester United. We got him on a free from San Pandora back in 2015. Sergio Romero. But in the last 7 years, Manchester United have been playing catch-up, obviously. You know, we've had different managers with different philosophies. You know, the managers that we've sat since Ferguson, you know, was Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. You know, we spent nearly £1 billion on players in the last 7 years, and we've recruited over 30-odd players in since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. You know, we've already won 3 trophies since Ferguson retired, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League and the League Cup under Jose Mourinho. You know, we have not won the Premier League since 2013. You know, the last time we won it was in Ferguson's last season, so we haven't made any title challenge up in the last 7 years. You know, we are the most successful team in Premier League history because we have won 20 titles and 13 of them are Premier League titles. But as it stands at the moment, we are not a big club anymore. We're a big club historically, you know, because, you know, we had so much success under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson enjoyed 26, 27 years at Manchester United, won a total of 38 major honours. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at the club. But it would be hard for any manager at Man United, you know, to replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. But like I've said to you, I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure to work out because I love him a lot, like I've mentioned before, but I just don't think it's going to work out for him, you know. And another infuriating thing as well, you know, we missed out on all of Solskjaer's targets in the summer transfer window. You know, we missed out on Jadon Sancho. We missed out on Ousmane Dembele because don't forget we inquired about getting him on loan. We also missed out on Ismail Assar. We're not interested in making a move now for Ismail Assar anyway before the 16th of October, like I've already updated you on. We missed out on Nathan Ake. We missed out on Jack Grealish. We missed out on Sergio Reguilon. You know, we missed out on Bale. Missed out on Kalidou Koulibaly. Back in January, we missed out on Erling Haaland. We also missed out on Jude Bellingham. So that just shows you, doesn't it, that Solskjaer has not been backed enough. But yeah, I definitely believe that there's players at Manchester United that are not good enough. And we do need a clear out, So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you with today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.